through number 6, number 5, number 4. Like, the graphics are so behind because of how many fights just wrapped up so quickly.
But what I love here is that Team Spirit were so busy with Thunder Talk, the BTR were able to actually just move into zone, into center zone. Look at them on the mini-map. They were able to take full control. The only thing that could, as I was gonna say, yeah, keep Team Spirit in the run of things is this fight happening. APG clashing against BTR on their side, right? This could give Team Spirit the opening they need, but it also could go very, very badly. APG have that sneak factor. Their bellies on the ground, just looking for those shots wherever they can find them. Sitar could have done good work, but he does get taken on out by Kitsune. So that's going to be his second elimination on the board here, but BTR could be in a world of hurt here, actually. Yes, they have the zone, but they don't have the position in between two teams. They're getting picked apart left, right, and center. That's going to be them almost gone, down to just a duo, down to the bottom. Doc needs to get 2. He doesn't even get the 1. He will go down. That's going to be the end of him. Yul as well. They're all gone. Federals not here to play. Effect is the next, but down they'll go. And Team Spirit, they're going to be ones to take this chicken dinner home. Sandhawk is field. It's not going to be a third or second place finish for them today for this game, but still they got a decent amount of points. They slide into second place with that elim or with this game. So looking good. Team Spirit still here though. Not sure where actually. They've been a silent partner in all of this. They're down to the south side. I mean, but they don't have to be noisy, right? This is their drop spot. They drop farm. So for them, this has been a very, very easy game. Very easy transition to where they need to go. You see some things popping off in the elim feed. APG going on down to just a solo. Possibly even going out if they can't win the 1v1. And Sook! We didn't see it, but Sook gets Yul with that explosive bow. He's going to finish up that knock.
Producer,
APG down.
take us there, please!
I know! But oh well,
Please.
Tian,
Okay.
no, things are happening. Tian moves in forward, gets taken out immediately. Hyunbin able to get him from behind a tree, man. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, okay, look, they were able to trade 1-for-1. We'll get back to that a little bit later, as now Hyunbin continues to fight. Hyunbin goes down. Tian able to crawl back and get to a position where he can get revived. DRX, so much pressure being applied by LGD. So is not able to help from that far angle. Sykes, what can you do? He's gonna try with this nade to see if he can maybe finish off that player that was knocked down. Not sure if the nade will be able to get there. No, it did not. And Tien will be revived if I'm not mistaken. And now they're gonna attempt to heal. Lots of damage coming in the second he peeks. And they're still in the zone.
Wow.
DRX, my lord, LGD are cooking this game. They're on their 9th elimination, looking for that double digit, looking for that 10th. They want that final member of DRX, but he is not making it easy for them whatsoever. He is praying and spraying right now with that 4x M4.
And look, behind the rock, just barely outside his zone. He's really giving a run for their money. So as the hero of DRX right now, just holding him off, gets a knock. Could potentially... I mean, he's not going to do anything more from here, but he can just ruin their game as much as possible. And now WBG looking like they might want to have a say in what's going up above them. But Order gets taken low. No one's in zone right now except for KN.
Yes, ma'am. Kinotrope are very happy with the hand that they have been dealt at the moment. So as thinking, okay, well, it was nice while it lasted, but I'm still going to make this as long and as excruciatingly painful as possible for the side of LGD. Smoke, Smollies, and everything being thrown. Order and Weibo are taking a fight with infiltrates. Tien thinking, I want this fight over. I want this fight done.
Whoa.
But 2 players of LGD go down. And I believe it was to a third party from Weibo. It wasn't a member of DRX. I think he might have been able to get 1 knock, but not all of them. DRX are out, and now we have our final 4. Weibo trying to see if they can get into the zone. Team Spirit looking for a back-to-back. They have been so quiet this entire game. They have 1 elimination to their name, and now they're in the 7th zone. And quite possibly, if they're able to take out Kinotrope, they can get a back-to-back.
They absolutely could, but Kinotrope, we've seen them change up the pace. Never mind. Nomi with the nade's gonna get that opening knock. Nomi gets traded though. So that puts you back down to square one. Finale does go on down. Mark is made very, very low here, and this is where those nades just keep on coming in. Effect with the nade. Nasty work onto Mark here. Influence Rage do go out there. Kitsune able to pick up another point. Top 3 for them. Once again, where was this team spirit in PMSL CSA? This is looking like a back-to-back win if WBG aren't careful, but WBG, look, again with this fight. No, again with this fight, look at it. They've been able to move in.
Now.
They do.
Yeah.
But they have that zone. They have the spread. Kitsune and crew might just go down here. Yeah, Sook able to get this spread. Oh, and gets it traded immediately here. KN just down to a solo. It allows Team Spirit to have a little bit of time to work here. It could go either way.
It really could, and Kinotrope, Ozzy-san, he's just trying to survive. He has nades, mollies, and everything being thrown from every possible angle, still being able to survive this much pressure, this much damage. But it's fine, Team Spirit now, they're back to 3 players, and in fact, lovely knock onto order. He knows they have to take care of the possibility of a third party in order to secure this game, in order to get the first back-to-back. Is it possible? 4v1 essentially at this point. Ozzy-san from KN, phenomenal to stay alive up until this point and to secure top 3, but is it a top 2 or will 3-3Z survive just long enough to maintain that?
There we go.
Ozzy-san will be taken out. Yeah, Matic secures it, and now it's a 4v2, yes. But I believe one of the players is knocked down, Sook. There is no chance of a revive. And the best thing for 3-3Z to do is, I mean, you can try the 1v4, but with them having the position, and then they can just chill, you could just die to the zone and not give them the points.
Yeah, at this point, well, I don't think it's going to be allowed now. Nomi in the vehicle. Oh, and he's going to give the point over. Maybe not. They now have that info, though. That was a valuable knock. He might get knocked, but that's what they needed to do. The nade is going to be coming through. Nomi might just give a point away to Weibo here. Possibly. Doesn't look like it did any damage. He's looking for that info, though. He really is trying to get that one Elim. Yep, there he goes. That's their 9th point on the board.
Is this possible?
Fair enough. He's not going to get the win, though.
You say that.
I say that.
I say that. Let's have a look. It's a 1v3. The zone is in favor of Team Spirit 100%. If one of them can stand behind one, I mean, I don't think he has any more nades. He only has one molly. He can only do so much in this situation. Yeah, it has to be denied that point. But I mean, if you can get more knocks, if you can get more damage.
Oh, careful!
If he's taking this fight, okay.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Hold on. 1v4 to 1v2. But yeah.
I was very worried there for a second.
Now they're trying to see if they can finish this fight. The longer it goes on for it, the worse it gets. Weibo, my lord. Their position is just the best possible position you could ask for. One of the only compounds, if not the only compound, in the zone at the moment. If they hold their ground, they will be able to maintain that first place. And look at that now. Please, that's getting the knock onto Mark, securing that 5th elimination for Weibo. It's not really a compound. It's more of a small house, bigger than a shack. We'll get back to that positioning later, as now BTR will be moving from the northern side. Kinotrope was eliminated, and D plus Kia decide to full send. They want this fight. Knock onto King. Knock onto AJ maybe, but he does turn it around. He does go for the trade. It's 1-for-1. And all of a sudden, it's Tianyu on his own. Then Nolbu. D plus Kia survive on clutches in this game. They refuse to go down. And this is why they're one of the best teams in the world. You can never count them out. And BTR are sending it on that side of the map. And so
and rejects!
Oh my god, the whole server's ending up here! This is not fair! This is not fair! You see how you need to take down these world champions? You need the whole server over here to fight them, to bring them to their knees. And they're still not all dead!
No! They're still fighting. There
now
we go. That's the last nade. The last nade to just take them out. But Sandstorm, what does this mean for WBG? Because they're the only team that didn't go for this. They know there's a big fight happening.
Oh, they're
Rejects,
over the moon!
They are. They are. This is like a win just handed to them. Rejects, I mean, they do actually disengage immediately here. Really nicely played from Rejects not to get drawn into a fight they don't need. But BTR now know exactly where they are. They put themselves into a corner of the zone they didn't want to be in, and WBG now have full control of this zone. Not like last game, where they had control. They had the zone, but not the control of it. This terrain gives them so much control over the rest of the other teams. And that's going to be Divine going on down. It's just Reiji left. Can he do something? He steps up. No, he cannot. Order gets the job done. 7 eliminations for WBG, and now it's just them and BTR, a 2v4. BTR could still win this, but WBG, they have the control.
They really do, and BTR, I mean, they have the control, they have the numbers, they have everything. They've seen Team Spirit come out with a back-to-back chicken dinner and challenge for that first place spot. And this is the response from Weibo. Quite possibly a chicken dinner of their own. Might not be the juiciest or the spiciest chicken dinners, but it's going to end up with 9 eliminations if they secure those last 2 of BTR. And it's 19 points that are going to catapult them over the 100-point mark in the end of the 9th game. They're averaging around 10 to 11 points per game. Weibo wants this title. They need this title. And I don't think they're going to give it any kind of chance for BTR to get this chicken dinner. They're not being so aggressive. They're not giving them the fight. They still have players in control of the zone, Neb. Except that. They don't have that. They don't have Sook anymore.
They don't have Sook. He keeps getting taken out before he can use his explosive bow, Sandstorm. It's such a shame. But Razy just gonna fall back. Doesn't get knocked just yet, but now the zone has just decided, you know what, BTR, this game isn't for you. You got 2nd place. That's all you can do. Unless you can pull something out of the hat. That is super magical. Hang on, 33. Does go on down. That's the off angle taken out by WBG, but Razy immediately goes down here. Federals might just be the next to fall, especially with that P90 in tow. That's 2 down for WBG. Now, where do BTR go with this? I mean, they have to get that reset, but is there going to be anything they can do? Great Molotov. Hang on here. Hang on.
No. Weibo, what doing? I mean, look. Relax. It's all fine. They still have the zone. They still have the, well, they may not have the, they still do have the numbers, okay?
They still have the numbers.
They are up against Federals in the MVP, but it is going to be a 3v1. They should be able to get the revive onto Sook, unless this nade gets the knock onto both. Nope. Overcooked on that front. Just eat everything you got. Throw it all. Still wait. Weibo are like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We have the advantage finally. Sook pulls up one more time. Federals gets the knock up to the first one, switches up, and now it's gonna be Order with that P90. Absolutely shreds him. There it is, finally. And I know I saw it somewhere on the screen. And he is the one that's letting it rip with a knock onto Rufus now, and he's gonna keep up that pressure on the APG lineup. Switching over to Influence Rage. They were fighting Tiamba, but now Vampire says, no. You are fighting us now. That is a 2v2 in this compound. Nade, I believe, falls down. No, it is going to be a smoke to give them a little bit of cover. Tian will secure that elimination onto Tiamba. Influence Rage turned it around. They say, you want to take the fight to us? Fine. Seems like it will be going in favor of Influence Rage. And Vampire once more being taken out. And now LGD and Influence starting to rack up those eliminations that they need to follow Weibo. But it looks like we may be looking at a back-to-back chicken dinner from Weibo. Let's see if that's how it breaks up now, as Boy and Donkey set their sights on him, and Order sets them straight with a quick knock.
I mean, Influence Rage with 7 elims have put themselves into 4th place ahead of LGD, so LGD also have to do something here to maintain that top 4 position if they want to. They're currently tied. But APG also in the mix, tied with KN as well. 33 does go down to Diego, that off angle from across the river being nasty to WBG here. They need to clear the back end because they're getting sandwiched very, very quickly here. We move over to Top, getting absolutely taken out, destroyed here from that angle. And I actually see the Alliance playing a very good game here. Where was this from them? Okay, never mind. Doc. Double nade. Doc with the double nade. I mean, I'm not even gonna blame CD Alliance for that one. That was just Doc all over. So, oof. Let's see.
Oof, indeed. Well, let's see if CD Alliance now with that last member surviving. What can he do for his squad? Lorenzen and Influence with those 8 eliminations. I feel like when Influence perform, they either have nothing or just incredible points. It's either a high point game or a very, very low point game. Maybe there's no middle ground, it seems, with INF, but we'll see how they are able to perform until the end of the day. Will the consistency be there? Will they be able to follow up Weibo Gaming and stay relevant in the race for top 1? We'll continue to find that out later. Now, Voin Donkey on the lower side of this hill up against Weibo, but it's still Influence Rage that is grabbing their attention. An Influence Rage that seems to be in the best position in this zone. So Weibo will be in a little bit of a tough spot. How will they be able to deal with it?
Great nade from Law. Huge nade from Law. My goodness me. Influence Rage saw that they had a job to do, and by golly, are they doing it. They're just eliminating the entire north side, and their position's such a strong one. They've got a really nice ridge, a really nice little bit of high ground over this side of the river. So they're able to do a lot of work with this. 10 eliminations on the board for Influence Rage right now. I mean, this is insanely big for Influence Rage. They weren't that far behind, and now the gap is closing dramatically. So, let's see. There goes CD Alliance. Zol able to just clean them up, but there's one more team in the way of APG. Top goes down to the play zone here. So for APG, this might not be such a good thing. They also have LGD ahead of them. Top goes out to the blue zone. There's nothing they can do. Doc goes out now. There's only one thing left to do, and that is Yul going to just gun it for the river, get in there, survive a little longer. Their game is effectively over at this point. 33 going on out there. WBG
hold on.
eliminated.
Yo. 7 eliminations on Vexy, 13 on Voin Donkey. Okay, I mean, if I'm being honest, I feel like the alarm was snoozed multiple times, but they're finally awake, they're finally alive with this kind of performance. Could this be what brings them back? I mean, look, you're gonna need a heck of a lot more points in the next 2 games as well to be relevant. But this is an amazing start right now for Voin Donkey. LGD, INF, and Weibo. Or sorry, rather, Influence Rage, LGD, and Voin Donkey will be the last squads alive. Influence Rage looking to get themselves even more eliminations and deny BD the opportunity to get more. They will get their 11th and their 12th. And they focus on Potato now. Last member alive, I want to say, from the side of VD. But he goes straight into the embracing arms of LGD. And Afu will say, listen, you can run, you can hide, you can swim, but at the end of the day, you will be eliminated, and LGD will secure that. Now, it's a 4v3. Influence Rage, who have had the upper hand in the position, continue to hold that high ground with a lovely 2-2 split up against LGD. Playing towards that coastline, it's going to be incredibly difficult for LGD, as this is an uphill battle for their chicken dinner.
Figuratively and literally, Sandstorm. But MVM does have that P90 in play, and if somebody comes over as a solo or something like that, that could play a huge part in what's going to be happening next. Couple of nades in the hand of Lil Boy, though, could deal a death blow here. Let's see, Tian has a nade in hand, Afu with that off angle, but Diego also has the off angle, so then that is matched as well. Very evenly split, evenly positioned. Just INF have that position, they have the high ground, they have that info. If LGD so much as moves a muscle, they will know about it.
I would believe so, so maybe don't flex. Wait. We're terrible with the jokes sometimes, but it's fine. LGD and Influence Rage. MVN trying to hide in the bushes, trying to hide in the bit of the grass, but Lil Boy spots them out. And we were able to secure the kill. No, not able to secure the elimination there. Will be trading 1-4 now, but it's still a 3v2 in favor of Influence Rage. Ooh. Oh my lord, that nade. blows Tian back with a blinking health bar. And again, LGD holding on. 4v2 with a revive possible now for Influence. And the center zone, I think it's still going to be favoring Influence Rage here. They should be able to wrap this one up. This might be able to catapult them, I believe, to maybe 90 points. Something like that. So they should be within 10 to 15 points of Weibo. Which could be very important in the grand scheme of things. Now Diego with this opening though. They don't even need to move. They don't even. From Spirit, a team that would have used that point to get closer to you. Denying that is worth double. And they're not stopping. Order pushes. They know they have the advantage in numbers and in position. This
Great
one,
Molotov.
Molly, could spell doom. That's the first, that's the second.
Perfect.
And Order sets them straight. 112 points so far. 70 limps for the team. The world champion showing us exactly what he's made of.
They've got to be careful though, Sandstorm, because they've put themselves in that crater and Team Spirit are right above them right now. They do have that off angle from He, right? That was to secure their position, make sure no one came up over the top, but it's still going to be a difficult journey out of that if they're not careful. But we move over to the south side, it's going to be D plus Kia plus VPE rather. Vampires going head to head here. Influence Rage, they went out in 6 as we just saw. A really good game from them still though. They're going to be into second place now. Team Spirit has to get 3 points to beat that back. But VPE with this nade could do some good work. Norbu has a P90 but no ammo left, so that's going to be a useless weapon for him. Well, let's just see what they can do. WBG now pushing over onto Team Spirit. Team Spirit have to play this very, very carefully because CD Alliance full squad on the other side of Team Spirit could actually third party this for a sandwich opportunity. Nordbull, oh my goodness me, just gonna get one, doesn't get the other, but distracts that last player enough to let his team do the damage, and there we go. D plus Kia just run over Vampire.
That they do, and now we have 4 squads where only the team in the lead is the one that has 3 players. I'm just gonna attribute Suk not being there to him maybe using the bow, but that doesn't matter because right now CDAL push onto D plus Kia, and within a moment, they're all decimated. Weibo and Spirit fighting in the zone for that #1 spot. Whoever wins that fight, quite possibly and probably wins the game. 3-3 set, getting closer. Wants to play in an angle that may not be expected. Exactly. He's trying to get on that roof for that position, and he should be able to unless someone spots him out. He's making a lot of noise with his jumping. He's trying to pick it up because in fact now did spot him out. Nade. No, it's a Molly. 3-3C's on fire. And we'll be forced to go back.
Nice headshot.
Oh, but Jimmy from Alliance will be able to third party, applies a little bit of pressure, and now Spirit are on the back foot because it's the 3v3, and in fact is fully out. Thanks to
It could go either way here. Team Spirit could do something here unless you Molotov yourself, know me, because that's a really brilliant play. WBG could win this as well, but CD Alliance, man, they've got that angle, they've got the high ground, they can just pinpoint and third party this to smithereens. The nade is good from Order. That's going to be, I think, a Team Spirit loss here. Third place is what they're going to have to be okay with right now. Down they go. WBG making sure they stay on top. Team Spirit do grab that second place back from Influence Rage, but now CD Alliance versus WBG. Great push from Alliance here. They know what they need to do. WBG on the back foot, 110%. Just down to this duo. They're low health. He on the outside though. Cluck versus He. He goes down to Iftar. That is it. That is done. Dusted. Order. Last man standing now. He's gonna go down. And that is gonna be CD Alliance with their first win.
the zone move. I love this from Vampire Esports. They know that they winning position. They want to try and see if they can take it. So Tian pushes up, Schweppes with the cover, one goes down, Tony secures it, Afu with the nade close range, not sure if that's the best decision to make at this point. He's gonna cook it quite a lot. Is the timing gonna be right? Throws it a little bit too far. Afu will go down. Tony K has something to say. But LGD, they're still continuing this. Late pushes all the way. And I feel like that was just sending it for the sake of sending it. And LGD now left with MVM and Vampire. They know this is the game-winning spot. They are up to what, maybe 12? No, not up to 12. They must be up to 10 now because they secured 3 from LGD. And the 4th is just waiting to be secured now. And VM trying to peek, trying to do a little bit of damage. Maybe give an opportunity for another team to ruin Vampire's day. He secures 1, focuses on yet another player. He's not able to get the second one down. 1v4, what can you do? Vampire stand tall and hold their ground again. 12 eliminations, and now in 7th, 6th and 5th are out for the count. This could be a top 5 for Vampire, all the way from 10th or something like that. That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
7th.
crazy.
They were 11th.
Yeah. They've just shot up those rankings there. Everybody's in the 60-point region, and now it's going to be rejects to swarm in and third party because actually trying to get LGD rather, Vampires had to leave the buildings. They had to leave what made that compound so strong. And now Rejects, understanding that, have moved into that strong position, leaving Vampire on the outs now. So that's going to be a huge fight coming up very shortly. And that's going to be DRX taking out a 1v4 against Team Spirit. QX, what on earth was that? That is a 1v4 against Team Spirit. I want to say they didn't know he was in that building because Team Spirit have held on to that building for a very long time. I did see that blue color just staring there on top of them while they were busy looking elsewhere. So I'm not even sure they were aware he was there. But that is a huge fight coming in from him. Really, really well played. And where was that DRX the entire time?
I don't know. They've been hiding.
Sure
That's
have.
what it seems like, yeah. But the way that things turned around in those past couple of minutes, having the likes of LGD out, Team Spirit out, Influence Rage out, BTR not getting a lot of points, Weibo is breathing so many sighs of relief with the fact that not many teams have been able to close that massive gap between them.
Yeah.
It is going to be a little bit more relaxed for them now, but we are nowhere near relaxing as Thunder Talk. Hold on, split second. Boom, boom, boom. You're no longer in their room. Oh my god, what happened? They just got demolished, sitting with a couple of nades. Madness.
Absolute madness. I tell you who's still here, though. It is Voin Donkey. They're looking to come back here up against BTR. Oh, Sitar will grab one, though. This could be the end of them. Just down to 2. Vexy and Zeta. Sitar up to 6 elims now. Federal unable to grab any of those points just yet. That's going to be Razak out by DRX. DRX going to steal that point away there. And now over to Thunder Talk as well. Vexy under fire by AJ. Federals does go down here. He does go down, and that's Tianyu actually going down to a Molotov as well. They're fighting on both sides, 1v everybody. Oh my goodness me, not even able to. But there we go. Sating does do it in the end. GG's. 3rd time's the charm. Come on, finish him. There we go. Missing all the shots. But that's okay. He's got him 4 elims for Sating right now. 4. He got all of those from CD Alliance. Crazy work from these teams. I mean, crazy work from these solos. What is going on in this last game?
Yeah, and Vampire. Oh my lord. 15 eliminations, and look at that. They have the high ground. And it's completely open, I believe, under them, except there should be one of their warehouses. This is Vampire's game. This is a potential 30-point match.
Yeah.
There is a potential for it because right now they just need to make sure they hold this high ground and destroy everyone who makes a move into the open.
Yeah, exactly. To get 30 points, they need a win and 5 more elims. The way they've been going might not be all that difficult for them. But let's just see. Zeta, the last man standing for Voin Donkey here on the edge of Thunder Talk Gaming. Schweppes up to 8 elims. Tony K bringing it back after the multiple early elims with those 4. Here we go. Thunder Talk under fire. Tony K trying to do all the business. Not quite able to finish up, though. Not able to get that last elim or the last shot in to make it an elim. And here we go. Top 4. BTR, Thunder Talk, DRX, and Vampire Esports. 2 in the top 6, 2 in the bottom half of that leaderboard. Oh, he just able to avoid those shots a little bit more, but not the nade. UX, man. What on earth is he on now?
No, but Schweppes stole it.
Oh,
Schweppes. Okay, I have to see how many actual knocks that
Yes.
Vampire got and how many actual elims. There is definitely some broad daylight robbery being done right here, right now.
The zone
committed in front of all these teams.
The
And
zone
will start closing. Does it? Oh
yeah.
boy, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna be helpful because right now it's gonna get more and more difficult. But TT might be able to get that revive still.
Nice smokes. Gotta run for it. How is he still alive?
It is what it is. Sometimes the game's the game. And right now, boy, are they playing the game. But Thunder Talk, at some point, they will get exposed to that high ground. And also, Vampire will have to make their move. They're going to have to play a little bit lower because that high ground is going to be exceptionally exposed. QZ's team from PRX bites the dust. BTR left in the top 2 alongside Thunder Talk. Tony K finally goes down. And now it's going to be Vampire left with 1 player. 16 eliminations, but it's 1 player who has 9.
Sitar.
That's going to be the 10th elimination if he secures it. But it's going to be him versus Sitting, and he takes it down. That's the 10th elimination for Schweppes. And now it's a 1v2. Him versus BTR. Can he get to 19? Can he secure these 2 final eliminations against the best player so far in this tournament? In Federals, pulling up with the nade, peeking, trying to take the 1v1. Schweppes, lovely jump shot, but it fails, and it scores. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
So close.
BTR. And maybe the same when it comes to damage because massive changes happen. And yeah, look at that, Schweppes with all the
63-63 for Kinotrope.
the consistency that Weibo has been able to put up. They prefer